Welcome, CDL fans, to our June 13th playoff edition of CDL Live. Folks, the 2015 playoffs and the quest for Crash Bowl 19 continues here today. Game 2 in a best-of-5 series for both games here. Eastern Conference and Western Conference semifinals. We know some results from the last game day. LA and Nevada surprising the Blades in game 2, winning it 15-5. Took that game and tied the series at 1. But of course, Hartford able to find a way to beat the Philadelphia Demons again, this time in overtime, to get that 2-0 series lead. And today, two teams out there to get a series lead would be the Roswell Aliens and of course the Tampa Bay Gators. And taking a look at how game 1s went. Roswell with the 15-10 win. But then you take a look at Tampa Bay. Just barely getting by New York in game 1, and what a game it was. Double overtime. Could we be entertained just as much as game 2? Definitely both those games, first games, were entertaining. They both go out there for game 2 here today. The Roswell Aliens home against the San Francisco Shinobis. Going to be the main event of the two here today. And then, of course, leading off, the Tampa Bay Gators on the road against the New York Empire. Game 2 in their best-of-5 series. And Tampa Bay, like I said, just barely getting by in game 1. So New York with home field for game 2. Came so close, just falling in game 1 in double overtime. See what happens here today. Should be a pair of entertaining matchups and should be fun to watch. So that being said, let's get down to the field. The Gators and the Empire ready to go at it here on this June 13th edition of CDL Live. Quest for Crash Bowl 19 continue. Welcome, CDL fans, to our June 13th edition of CDL Live and a pair of Game 2s here from the conference quarterfinals. Best-of-5 series, folks, here in the second round of the playoffs. We start with the Eastern Conference semifinal matchup. Did I say quarterfinals before? Anyways, but
quarter-pound cheeseburgers from McDonald's. They only 85 cents.
But anyways, game 2 of this Eastern Conference semifinal right here between the number 1 seeded Southeast Division champions of 2015, the Tampa Bay Gators, and the number 6 seeded New York Empire, the lowest seeded team in the East to make it to the second round. Of course, the 6 and the 5 seed, as well as the 1 and 2 seed, moved on. So 1 and 6 going head-to-head here. And best out of 5 series in game 1. Folks, if you missed it, hit that rewind button, go to that last video that these two teams played, and watch it.
Stephen Curry over LeBron James, baby. Yeah. Kobe Bryant over Michael Jordan. Yeah. Watch it. All you gotta do is go on replay or even go to YouTube and just watch it.
Go to YouTube and watch the June 11th game day, folks, if you missed it. Because these two teams put on one hell of a show. Tim, you were here with me, and you remember it.
Sure have.
Double overtime in game 1 between these two teams. And here they go to link up in game 2 in this best-of-5 series.
SWAT car.
SWAT car?
That's his name, right?
Which one?
Cop car? Oh, it's
No. Okay. You're thinking of the game we did earlier.
Yeah.
You're thinking of that. You're thinking of the Roswell matchup.
Yeah.
So the police force.
What do we got here?
Got Tampa Bay Gators, New York Empire.
Empire Gators. Let's go. I tell you what, that yellow car right there is pretty nasty.
Challenge
is pretty nasty too. Look at these guys though. This should be a rivalry. This is a good game. What are we doing? 1-1? Let's do it.
Well, it's 1-0 series right now, but the Empire.
I'm drinking. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can't stop chasing my shit.
Miku is doing that, folks.
She's hurting my stuff.
Anyways, the Empire with home field trying to tie this series. Tampa Bay looking to take that 2-0 series lead back home for game 3. And Brandon, he's mentioned it before, he is shooting for his first sweep in a playoff series.
That'd be nice. Let's go, Storm.
So, Gators here. So.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, he's been drinking.
I've been drinking a lot.
Okay. But Gators Empire, Game 2 in their best-of-5 series coming up. Let's get a look at the lineups.
I'm back.
Tell by my attitude that I most definitely
And here we go, folks. Leading the way for the Tampa Bay Gators will be Phantom, and out there first for the New York Empire, it's going to be Challenge, folks. And Phantom getting the job done in Game 1. Getting that win double overtime at the 5-point gainer spot, now makes an appearance at the front runner spot. Brandon, his lineup strategies, always unpredictable. New York matching up to it, and it's a working thing right there. Challenge gets the flip on Phantom right there, making it 5-0 New York, and that will bring out Ratified.
Jimbo, man, yellow card's pretty damn nice.
The yellow card is nice.
He is awesome. Let's do it. Challenge against who?
Ratified.
Let's do it.
Ratified playing very well as of late. And Ratified immediately ties this game up and challenges down there. So now Enzo 1 coming out for the New York Empire here. Tampa Bay quickly tied this thing, and we are going to be tied still, as both Ratified and Enzo 1 are down. So we got a 10-10 game, folks, and that brings out two defensive beasts of nature, if you will. Battle, the car with the brain, as he's been called, up against Black Bullet 2. And always with that chip on the shoulder, San Francisco's Black Bullet 1. Kind of that first season was outdone by him, but he's making up for it here, getting the Empire to the second round for the first time in franchise history. Game 2, trying to get the win. And
Smash Mouth tonight.
Yes, it is. It's Smash Mouth defense here. And
Interference.
Battle saves himself with the interference going into his teammates. Gotta love those teammates being behind you.
They help you.
Even when they're out of the game. But Battle taken down there. Black Bullet 2 getting the good flip. And it's a 15-10 game. The Empire in the lead. One flip away from tying this series.
Come on, Brandon.
But, hey, Tampa Bay did it in Game 1. Can they do it in Game 2? And they've got 47 Ronin. He's a pretty darn good defensive car himself out there to battle with Black Bullet 2 here. Here we go, and look at that. 47 Ronin. Staying up there, and yet again, he stays up even through the interference.
Come on,
Right again.
Come on, buddy.
And 47 Ronin, maybe outweighed here, or outpunched here, so to speak. Maybe he's got to try to get that home side of the field. They both spin, both still up, and no interference. They are on the opposite side of the field now. So 47 Ronin from the home side now, and interference. Black Bullet 2 sending them back into his teammates, taking back the home side of the field. Little position here, perhaps, on both card lines as they both stay up. And look at that. See how 47, he seemed like he turned to get around his teammates. There was no interference.
Bullet just flipped on a dime.
Yeah, and that's what the Bullet models do, Tim. They come back up defensively, able to roll themselves back into the upright position to stay in the game.
It's Smash Mouth.
And this one makes the CDL so great, folks. The amount of defense you'll see in these cars, and that time interference. Neither car was down throughout the whole thing, though. Back to their own sides they go, though. And this time, do a barrel roll. It was a slow barrel roll, though, folks. No doubt, Black Bullet 2 almost not able to get up there. 47 Ronin on point, and we are going into overtime, folks. And not without a huge fight put up by Black Bullet 2 right there, but 47 Ronin stepping up to the plate and forces OT, but now having to take on a Smash Mouth car in Diesel Boy. Solid built, solid metal here out against the plastic that Highlight is made on, but that bottom, yeah, that's some metal.
He's awesome. Let's go.
He's a good defensive car, no doubt about it. Can he get the job done here in OT against Diesel Boy? The interference actually saves them both. So we remain in the first overtime because
I wasn't trying to do that either.
And Tim,
I know.
You're an off-stage obstacle.
Right.
Basically.
What's in the way?
If you weren't there, that coat would have been in the way, brother. I mean, I don't know.
Let's back it up a little bit here.
All right. Getting the firing lane and interference saving Diesel Boy yet again here. Got the strength to knock his opponent back, and
Just hope the team's the weights out of the way, though.
Yeah, I always keep him on that line.
Have you always? Even when they're even flat down? All right, Jimbo.
Always do it.
You're right.
Provides the challenge of it.
You're right. But you are right when it comes to championship. Right.
And it is over right there in overtime. 47 Ronan.
There you go, Brandon.
Getting the flip. And also, Timmy, the reason why I keep him up there, because the camera view, if I got to review a play,
Sees everything.
it sees this range. It's not going to see out there.
That's right.
So,
Good shit. He uses more as like a barricade.
Yep.
Good shit.
Pretty much, buddy.
Nice.
So we're able to do reviews and whatnot. And
Well, yeah, we can.
nothing to review right there, though, folks.
Minions coming back. Robots.
You got to love BattleBots, folks. No doubt about it. But nonetheless,
CDL.
CDL stuff right here. Tampa Bay Gators,
Good
Brandon's
job, Brandon.
squad getting that 2-0 series lead,
Good
but
job,
yet
buddy.
another win in overtime. And that's the thing. New York going to have a hard time matching up to Tampa Bay because Brandon will match you up. He'll play lineup games with you, those mind games. You never know what's going to be coming from the mind of Brandon on a CDL field when he lines up his roster. But nonetheless, his Gators getting the job done today. But what a fight it was to do it yet again in overtime. 20-15 the final score. But this one a single OT. Game one, of course, that double overtime. Classic stuff here in this series. And hey, New York Empire making it to the second round for their first time. Win or lose, folks, they have definitely made it a memorable one here in this series thus far. But that being said, this was only the first of two games here on this June 13th game day. Western Conference semifinal series up next. The Roswell Aliens, the 6th seed of the West, trying to pull out the upset yet again. They won game one on the road against the Shinobis, now home against the Shinobis, looking to take that 2-0 series lead, of course. Shinobis know they are on the road, want to tie that series up and bring the tie series back home for game three. So, San Francisco Shinobis, Roswell Aliens next on CDL Live. Stay tuned, folks. And we're back, folks, on our June 13th edition of CDL Live, the main event of this game day about to take place. Game two of this Western Conference semifinal matchup between two underdogs that have moved on to get here. The San Francisco Shinobis, the number 5 seed of the West. On the road to take on the 6th seed of the West, the Roswell Aliens. The Aliens getting that upset in game one. Looking to take that 2-0 series lead here in game two. Of course, the Shinobis on the road trying to even things up and bring a tie series back to their home side of the field come game three. So,
Kobe.
we pretty much know the situation coming into this one. San Francisco Shinobis, Roswell Aliens. Folks, let's get a look at the lineups.
Let's believe them, man.
What they did is this a movie? Attack the lead villages where my crew be. What is it like to be a shinobi? My ninjas feel you for your film good soup.
We will begin transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here we go, folks. Coming out first for the San Francisco Shinobis, it'll be Spectite Jr. And trying to draw out that defense early, but Roswell now falling for the trap here.
Traders.
F1 Racer coming out there for the Aliens to start this game as he did in the first game. Actually, Roswell using that same lineup. And off the bat here, Spectite Jr. down. So that now brings out F3 for the San Francisco Shinobis, trying to tie this game up, and he will. So just like that, we are knotted up at 5 as F3 tying the game up here. And that brings out Dragonfly for the Roswell Aliens. Thus enter their defense into this game and interference right off the bat. Ooh. Folks, we have a DQ. Don't know where the wheel went. Well, we have lost the wheel on F3 here, folks.
Time out.
No, can't. Not for a lost wheel, brother. It's automatic DQ.
So he's just out then?
Yeah, he's out. Yep, there's his wheel right there.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's nothing we can...
He's got to sit out. And this is 5
Because it can't...
He
Yeah.
can't perform.
Yeah, he can't perform, and we ain't gonna be able to fix him.
Right.
You
Right
know?
now, yeah.
Yeah. So he's
Oh man.
we gotta give him a.
So what is
a
it?
whip.
It's 10.
It's 10-5 in favor of the aliens right now, and the hopes of the Shinobis relying on Black Bullet 1 right here. He's been effective in the past, and we'll see how he does here against Dragonfly. So DQ really hurting San Francisco there. Oh, battle on and interference, but staying up is Dragonfly anyways. Aliens trying to take that 2-0 series lead, and staying up right there is Dragonfly. And another time, Dragonfly playing very good defensively right now and hanging on that home side of the field, but definitely some offensive chances by Black Bullet 1. No interference there. Both cars switching sides. They'll go at it again here. Dragonfly and Black Bullet 1, and almost again. Black Bullet 1 getting the chances, keeping Dragonfly on the ropes, and both cars staying up on a grazing shot there. So now, going at it yet again. This time Dragonfly yet again staying up, as is Black Bullet 1. And again staying up, no interference there. They'll switch sides, came about a centimeter away. And that time, both cars staying up on a grazing connection, and a couple of barrel rolls there by Black Bullet 1. Showing what he's got, and an interference right there. So going at it yet again, both cars yet again staying up. Defense so good between these two, and again staying up is Dragonfly. And this time around, Dragonfly again passing on the landing test. These two cars hard to take down, some great defense that they can play, and again, Dragonfly really on the defense here more than Black Bullet 1.
Cool.
And that time, Black Bullet 1 barely surviving there. And now, here we go again, no interference, both cars still up yet again. Still a 10-5 game in favor of Roswell, now switching sides. That's a soft one there, and look at that one. Black Bullet 1 came up in a timeout call by the Shinobis. So the damage is noticed on that front end, that the whole body's starting to raise up on Black Bullet 1 here. So catching it just in time, we do call a timeout for the San Francisco Shinobis. They are down the game, 10-5. Tim used to be a good league mechanic. He's going to check out and assess the damage. Is that frame starting to split on Black Bullet 1 right there, and he definitely does it. You know that's going to separate the body, and that's going to put in the wheels. So we can actually just keep the camera where it is. And Tim Geyser actually back to his old repair job. He used to be one hell of a mechanic here in the CDL. How's he looking? Oh, you got one little stripe.
It's enough.
It's enough
For now.
It's gonna hold
He
it
has
down.
to take another time out. Well, he's going to have to take another time out. We can't, you know. We're on live camera right now.
Well, it doesn't matter, man. You can see the repair process.
It'd be okay.
I've done.
Shit. How many times have I...
I don't know, man.
It'd be okay right
Give
now.
me another skinny piece. Just make sure. Make the timeout worth something. Okay, you gotta get one from there. It's alright, we got one right here. So, on camera repairs. Two different doctors, if you will. Toy car doctors. Add Sam back in. His wheels rolling. It's kind of jammed up there. See if he's got some debris that's blocking that from going down, or it's pinching up on the axle. Take a pencil.
This one's jammed.
His wheels were new.
This right one is. It's right front.
Oh, that's because it's being held in. Fender came in.
Right.
So, we'll get this.
I can't. That's you. I can't start replacing cars.
Alright, I hear you, man.
Only mine.
I know, man. I'm just saying, look at it. See if there's anything else. I think we just hold that front end down.
Alright. That's what I could do. It's the best I could do. I could do it.
So just putting a little bit more tape on Black Bullet 1 here, folks. Getting them ready to go back out on the field. And ready to go again. Rolling pretty freely now. So, first time out taken in the game, and it's by the Shinobis. Now they go at it again, and that Black Bullet 1 handing together as is Dragonfly. So right back where they picked off. And now Black Bullet 1 on the home side of the field doing a barrel roll to keep himself alive now. Both cars going at it again, both staying up yet again. Now back to their own home side of the field. And that one, yes, is an interference. Both cars still up anyways, but they'll return to their own side of the field here. 10-5 to score. Aliens in the lead and a good spin cycle by Black Bullet 1, maintaining control through that. A little too many G-forces, perhaps. And both cars, again, staying up. One of the best defensive battles we've seen in the playoffs, probably by now. Ooh, kind of a wrong collision there. Go at it again. Both cars still up there. And this time we do have a flip. And what a battle and what a fight it was. Black Bullet 1 getting the flip on Dragonfly. So now that brings out spec tight for the Roswell Aliens. Know how good he is defensively. And he outweighs Black Bullet 1. Can get the job done. Interference right there. So Black Bullet 1 and spec tight back to their own sides. Ready to go at it again. And both cars staying up yet again. Black Bullet 1 putting up the fight, and a close call right there for spec tight. So the fight continues between these two, game tied at 10. Just to think the way these teams are fighting right now, and just think, what if we had overtime? It's not even over after this this matchup right here. They battle it out from their respective captain spots, and Black Bullet 1 a good defensive move, stay alive there. As they go at it again, both these cars putting themselves in spots, and Black Bullet 1 getting the flip, and the Shinobis 1 flip away from tying this series, folks. They are down 1-0, but up 15-10 in this game. But now Police Porsche, who's really stepped things up for the Roswell Aliens.
This is where I see where he's at now, Jimbo, like you said.
What's that?
This is where we see the police guy at, like you said.
Yep.
This is final battle. Let's do it.
So Police Porsche trying to send this game into overtime. He's done it quite a few times in this playoffs. And Black Bullet 1, let's see how he matches up against Police Porsche. Should be interesting. As they go at it, both cars staying up, and a close call there for Black Bullet 1. Switches sides, and Black Bullet 1 has the flip, and finally, it seems like finally in this playoff, someone able to match up to Police Porsche. And folks, who else but the 2014 Rookie of the Year and World Cup champion, Black Bullet 1. No doubt about it. One of the best players in the league right now. And showing you today just why. Goes 3-0 against the Roswell Aliens today. And gets the win for the Shinobis to tie this series up at 1 game apiece. Okay, so that does it for our June 13th game day, folks. And that being said, all the games that you've seen today, both the games you've seen today, Tampa Bay and New York. The Empire are going to have a chance to sweep. That will be on the June 13th game day. They'll be home against the New York Empire. They're up 2-0. Like I said, trying to get that sweep. And the Shinobis, they will have the home side of the field on that June 15th game day. The Shinobis going to be home against the Roswell Aliens. And did I just say they were going for a sweep? Nah, because they're not. But anyways, if I did, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the other series, but nonetheless, San Francisco going for that 2-1 series lead. If I did mess it up, my bad, folks. But nonetheless, the Aliens, on the other hand, they'll be looking for that 2-1 series lead to bring back home for game 4 in their season.
We're drinking.
Yeah, but hey, I think I'm doing pretty good here.
We're doing goddamn good.
Anyways,
4th of July, baby.
it is the 4th of July. Gotta celebrate up. We're drawing near, and of course, 4th of July, the date of Crash Bowl 19, folks.
Uh-oh.
That's what we're aiming towards, folks.
Uh-oh.
But that being said, Shinobis and Aliens, their series tied at 1 game apiece. Both series in the West actually now tied at 1 game apiece. And the next game day, we'll get to see the first of our first 2 game 3s. The Los Angeles Blades home against the Nevada Thunder. That series tied at 1. Both teams going for that series edge. And then, of course, the Hartford Homies home against the Philadelphia Demons, looking to sweep the Demons here in 2015. Out of the second round of the playoffs, of course, Philadelphia on the road will be trying to keep their season alive. Game 4 would be back in Philly, too, so we'll see what happens next time on CDL Live. Till then, folks, Tim Geiser and James Hulse here. And take care of yourself, be yourselves, and peace.